For a lot of people, throwing boomerangs can be a very meditative, like Zen kind of art. And a lot of people see it as like a metaphor for life in a lot of ways. Being an individual and thinking before you put something out, and how you put that out is going to come back to you in the way that you want it to, because you've thought about it and you've centered and you've kind of meditated a little bit. The sport of boomeranging and my family go hand in hand because they were the innovators of the contemporary, like, competitive sport of boomeranging. In the 1950s, my great uncle, who was my dad's uncle, Ben Rue, did this 2-year around the world trip and ended in Australia, and where he got turned on to boomerangs. So he brought a bunch of boomerangs back to his friends and family to share his excitement about it. And about 20 years later, in the early 70s, my great uncle, he wanted to do boomerang workshops and demonstrations. So he held these events actually here, down in this area of the mall, like the polo field area, and taught people how to throw, kind of did like a history lesson about them, showed them how to make them, how to carve them. My uncle brought my dad and my other uncles in to kind of like make up different events and kind of try to innovate a little bit more competition in them. And so they got it was such a huge success, they were so popular that they turned into annual national competitions. And the first one was in, I believe, '76, and it was down at the polo fields. And that was the first official boomerang nationals. This is just like my basic kit right here that I bring along. Most of them are made by my dad, actually, or let's see, I don't know, or me. This is my only one that I made. So the ones that are U-shaped like this are used for Aussie round, which is the one that is how far it goes out, where you catch in the bullseye and if you catch it. This is more for distance, whereas tri-bladers are used more for the quicker events like fast catch endurance. This one actually is a trick catch one, and the flight pattern of a trick catch has to kind of hover down slowly so that you have time to do your trick, whether it's hacking like a bump up or whether you're catching with one hand or foot catch or whatever. When my brother was born, my dad pretty much gave him a boomerang right from the womb. He was throwing at age 1. He was like the youngest to do this, youngest to do that. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records. He was the Old Spice Athlete of the Month when he was 15. He was in Sports Illustrated for Kids. My brother was just like this young prodigy. Probably the beginning of high school, I started competing. I know the whole community, so they're always encouraging me to throw. They always have encouraged me to throw, and I just kind of got my confidence and my intrigue up a little bit more. And so I've been in a few nationals and a lot of different just smaller tournaments around the States. It's my family, and it's history, and it's tradition, and it's spending quality time with my dad and quality time with my brother, and it's being athletic and being a female within that athletic world. It's always been a part of me, but I've never practiced enough to be at my full potential and to be my full competitive self in boomeranging. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice and a lot of dedication, and so I'm looking forward to the time I have in my life when I can dedicate more to boomerangs and kind of see what my full potential is, because I have not yet gotten there at all.